time I'm gonna actually. This time I'm gonna actually try to use this thing. So I actually brought another story. So I'm just gonna ask you guys, want to hear what happens to Jack and the boy, or do you want to go to like back to your childhood? Well, most of our childhoods, if not our uterus hoods. Do you want to go back there? What do you want? Hands up for Jack.
Jack.
Okay, we got the Jack one. Okay.
Jack and blood.
I'm just glad the kid's gone. Okay. So, last we left off, there was a fight and blood. So, I'm sure that your blood is as good as the juice between your legs, said Jack. It was not too much for him, It was too much for him. Jack was just so damn sexy. He wanted to be fucked right now. It was too long. He wanted Jack inside of him. He wanted to touch him, to feel him, to have him. He quickly straightened, sat on the bed, and tried in vain to be on top of Jack. The winter boy bolted to crush him against the mattress and behind his weight. My rules, he said with a grin. The boy whimpered, I'm happy to have failed and sulked. Then a silly idea crossed his mind. Whereas Jack was enjoying seeing the boys disappointed by his defeat, he stared at an invisible point behind him and gulped. The boy's eyes widened and his face was torn by fear. Of course, he was just pretending, but Jack believed him. He turned around to see what was the problem, and once he did, the boy quickly caught his arms and tried to knock him down. He groaned and pulled away. Obviously, Jack was stronger than the boy, and his plan failed. He barely dared to look at him. He knew Jack was quite mad because of his little rebellion. When he finally looked at him, his face was dark, his eyes frowned, and his eyebrows frowned and his eyes fierce. Disobedient, are we? He said with a mischievous grin and a creepy look. I guess I'll have to punish you for that. A blush crossed the boy's face and his eyes widened. And he tried to escape from the bed. Jack caught his wrist and forced him to bend over his lap. Then he took his second arm and imprisoned the boy's wrists in one of his fists. And the boy kicked in an attempt to break free, but in vain. Jack finally grabbed the boy's trousers and removed them. He whined and yelled, but there was no use. Smack! Jack smacks his cold. Sorry, Jack's cold hand hits the boy's butt again and again. And the boy was lost between the pain and pleasure of each spank. After that, the winter spirit slid off. Sorry, I'm lost right now. My writing is atrocious. After that, the winter spirit slid off the boy's underwear too. He softly stroked the boy's round ass before he spanked him once again and the boy tried to move, but when he understood that it was useless, he gave up and remained still. The spanking decreased and each hit was less and less rough and it completely stopped. Jack patted the boy's head. Good boy. Have you understand now? I'm the one in charge here. And timid and the most inaudible yes escaped the boy's lips. Sorry, I'm not sure I heard something. Yes. Yes, who? Yes, master. Good boy. He released him and told him to go to the bed. Then he removed his jumper and he could admire his quite thin but still toned chest. It was as white as snow and he only wanted to touch it. Jack stood there very tall and impressive with a slight smirk on his lips and a look full of lust. The boy laid on his bed half naked and stared at Jack. He seemed to straighten and he immediately obtained, don't move, you stay here. The boy stopped, surprised, and when he remembered his punishment a few minutes ago, he decided it would be better to be obedient and lay down. Jack crushed the boy on the mattress with his freezing body and removed the boy's undershirt. He nipped at his neck while his hands rubbed against his crotch. His big hands roughly massaged him, and his fingers played with the nipples, and he moaned softly. That's a really crappy paragraph. Jack bent over to kiss the boy and bit his bottom lip, and the boy cried out in pain. Next, he licked the boy's nipples before he sucked on it, and one of his cold hands stroking the boy's crotch. Each moan that escaped the boy's lips was alluring Jack more. Despite the pleasure, he shivered a little. Jack, I'm cold, he complained. Softly, hoping that things would get faster, he abandoned his chest and crotch and kissed the boy passionately. His hands moved upward towards the boy's face to make the kiss more passionate. He smirked. I know what's going to make you feel hot. He blushed as Jack moved back and stared at him completely naked. He tried to hide it, but he frowned. I want to see each parcel of you, said Jack. Then Jack grabbed the boy's thighs and opened wide the legs, staring at his crotch. He closed his eyes and smiled deviously. You are big. Jack pulled his legs towards him until his face was a few inches from his hard, throbbing cock. I see that someone is aroused here, said Jack with a grin, his eyes locked on the boy. The boy madly blushed and Jack smiled. Let's see. Jack slowly grabbed the boy's penis and slowly put it closer towards his mouth. The boy moaned as he could feel the breath of Jack upon his member. Jack then decided to go full force and took the boy's full member into his mouth. Jack went faster and faster and deeper until all of the boy was inside of his mouth. The boy moaned louder and louder, each moan moaned louder and louder while the boy was tearing the sheets behind him. Jack, he kept moaning, I'm close. Jack didn't respond and started to suck quicker. The boy threw his head back towards and cried out, Jack. The spirit then stopped quickly and removed himself a distance from the boy. You really taste good, he said with a husky voice. Jack finally, realizing he wasn't naked, took off his pants and freed his member that formed a big bulge. The boy looked at Jack and noticed at first that he didn't wear any underwear. Then he felt really shy and caught a glimpse of his whole naked form. His penis was rather big and quite long, so really different from his ex-boyfriend's. On your knees and hands, he ordained. The boy obediently made, and Jack got up, turned around, and positioned himself on all. The boy immediately obeyed and positioned himself according to what Jack said on all four legs. Good boy, Jack said while stroking the boy's back and his cheeks. Then with no warning, he entered the boy, and the boy gasped. The spirit groaned, and God, you're so tight, he said between two groans. Last page, bear with me. Jack was rough and fast, and it felt delicious. His two hands firmly gripped the boy's hips. He went faster and faster inside of him. And the boy held onto the teeth so tightly that his knuckles were going white. Jack, said the boy. Jack's penis was very cold, and the boy had never felt anything like this, and despite the freezing temperature of it, the boy had never felt so hot. Jack was lost in the bliss too. The boy was so hot, tight, and wet, he suddenly stopped and told him to lay on the bed. Immediately, the boy complied. Jack, please, he smirked. Jack smirked to see the boy so impatient. What? Please. Please what? Said Jack. Jack, please. Please what? His face darkened, a smirk upon his lips. I need you now. What do you need? Say it. I want you to fuck me now, please. Jack grabbed the boy's legs and opened them, putting the boy's legs up against him and on over his shoulders. He pushed into him, and the boy moaned loudly. The boy was really close. Jack, Frost, I'm going to. He moaned between two pants. That's right, baby. Come for me. Come for Jack Frost, he whispered into the boy's ear. It was too much to take, and a powerful orgasm took over the boy. Soon Jack followed and grunted when he released his cold seeds inside of the boy. He had his eyes closed, exhausted by the bliss, and he had felt when he opened them and saw snowflakes. The boy opened his eyes and saw snowflakes slowly falling around from his bedroom. Wow, sorry, I apologize, Jack. Well, I guess it happens when it's, amazing, the boy giggled. Jack smirked. Yes, amazing. The spirit and glanced the boy. Sorry, I'm just reading my writing again. The spirit and glanced the boy, and the two of them fell over onto the bed, and a little smile covered both their lips. Before they both fell asleep, he whispered into the boy's ears, "So next time, I'll tie you up," and the boy smiled. Yeah, so I'm just gonna follow Gluttony's remark. Any questions about the book? No? Okay. I just want to give a quick thank you to Candy. This was a lot of fun to read something of my own writing, and I just want to give a thank you up to the cafe staff. The food was delicious, so thanks guys.